So the other day, somebody recommended something for me in the comment board on one of my older videos for me to watch, and it's an amateur animated series, web series here on YouTube, and the person who actually recommended it to me goes by the YouTube handle Ostrich Vox, which the name should pop up, I don't know, right here. The web series is called The Anytown Show, and from what I basically got from it was that the creator took these characters from multiple cartoons that have a bit of a nostalgic value for a lot of people, including Hey Arnold, which actually seems to be the center of the majority of the web series, as well as shows like Dexter's, Recess, Fillmore, Proud Family, and an assorted amount of other cartoons. And the link that he attached to the comment in the other video that I was referring to earlier was for a recent episode called Christmas Wishes, where multiple things are happening, like Ginger from As Told by Ginger trying to give her boyfriend a gift before he goes off on vacation for Christmas, and Helga from Hey Arnold trying to find Arnold's parents, which, from what I remember from the show, and I will admit that I'm not very familiar with Hey Arnold, I actually didn't grow up with it, but I have seen like maybe a couple episodes. If I remember correctly, the thing with her trying to find her parents was actually part of the original show, although I don't know how faithful this particular plotline is to the one that was in the original show. I will come out and say that while I do commend the creator for making something filled with nostalgia and something that people can enjoy, I was mostly confused by the entire thing. The animation was very simple and easy. You could just take certain shots from different shows represented and then edit them together to form a cohesive narrative, with characters being copied and pasted into others at different times. And there's nothing as far as movement. All the characters are stationary until the frame randomly changes. And what made it weirder for me was that I'm not used to watching these kind of things, you know, animated shorts or amateur ones. And I'm not really sure if they all do this, but there was absolutely no movement and no speech. The entire video was just the animation with subtitles put in, which were not even spell-checked very well in some parts. And for me, when there's no movement and the characters do not use their body language to depict how they feel, I lose connection. And I'm mainly specifically talking about anything that does not have any sort of speech. That's why I can watch a silent movie like, say, something made, you know, involving Charlie Chaplin, because I can get past the lack of sound because I at least gather a bit of the emotion and story through the physical movements of characters. The main aspect that I thought that this episode actually failed in the most was with the score. Now, I do understand that since the show was actually made on little to no budget, that the creator actually either had to create his own music or he used stock footage, you know, whatever worked for him. Here's the thing. Music is supposed to enhance the feeling that the writer and director want you to feel, and that the story calls for. That's why I love John Williams so much, is because he is a master at making you feel whatever the filmmakers want you to feel, what kind of emotions they want you to feel. And there were times during this episode where I had to rewind the video because the dialogue seemed to suggest a happier narrative and even a humorous one at times. But the music was so somber and sometimes unsettling that parts where I could have actually been enjoying myself actually made me feel like something weird and creepy was going to happen, or anything where I thought some of the dialogue could have been funny was just meh. Still, there were a couple of times where I did chuckle, like this one thing involving a bus driver and his estranged wife, which was kind of funny, and then this one joke that was pretty meta, basically talking about how the show has no budget whatsoever. I actually thought that was pretty funny. And also, the bus driver scene didn't do very good with the music, but luckily it actually went to a more happy and humorous tone with the music in the part where they were actually meta. And with all of that being said, everything that I just said, I'm not saying these negative things because I don't admire what the creator has done. I mean, hell, I sure as hell couldn't do anything better. I mean, I can't even think of trying to. But this this is more my wheelhouse. I critique and analyze films and show as an art form, and I tell you guys what works for me and what doesn't, and the vast majority of the video that I watched really does not work for me. I mean, hell, I even went on to some of the older videos to see if I could piece together something and maybe figure out things about it that I wasn't looking at the right perspective. But then when I turned on the pilot episode, it was primarily footage from a few shows that I mentioned previously, as well as some others, while all playing the theme song to the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh TV show that I watched as a kid. Which, actually, let me pull up the theme song. Give me a second, hold on. Actually, this will probably take a minute. That one. So I gave up after that, but hey, really, it doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't also enjoy this like Ostrich Vox did. I mean, I will actually leave the link to the episode that I watched in the description down below, so that you guys can actually go check it out and see if it's something that you can enjoy, because the primary thing that I do want to do on this show, despite the fact that, you know, like, I don't get to talk about my opinions about movies and TV shows with a lot of people, so this is like an outlet for me to do that. Plus, I really do enjoy talking about film, but mainly, I want to recommend things to people, and even if I don't like something that I'm talking about, you know, you guys may actually end up, so I think that's the beautiful thing about film, television, and all types of visual media. It's all subjective to what you believe and what your interests are. But anyway, that's where I will end this review. Like I said, I will leave a link in the description down below, and all that's left to say is just keep on sending those recommendations to me, and I'll do them all as quickly as possible, you know, mixing it in with whatever else I'm gonna do, and what else? Actually, that's mostly it. Just, thanks again for watching my video, as well as any other videos on this channel, and farewell until the next video.